Good morning, my lovelies. I'm so sorry I'm so late on this post. I know it's not even close to New Year's or Christmas at this point, but I promise I will explain everything that's been going down, okay? And today we'll be doing a half-cut crease, but with a twist, so make sure to stay tuned. So before I put my makeup on, I've actually saw this on TikTok and it was a really good suggestion. I have been moisturizing my face with the Aveeno Positively Radiant Moisturizer. This is amazing to not only moisturize and hydrate your face, but this goes on really well underneath makeup. It won't make it slip or slide. And I noticed since I've started using this that before I would have this like really weird dry patch right here all the time, and I never really noticed it till the end of the day when my makeup was like all smeared off because of my mask. But after using this, I don't see that spot anymore, so definitely a good tip to try. This is a really good one. And for today's look, I'm going to be using the Juvia's Place Nomad palette. This is a beautiful neutrals palette. Stunning, look at that. Ooh, the shimmer on that, perfect. So to start off this look, I'm going to do my eyes first because I'm not familiar with Juvia's Place just yet. Like, I've done a couple looks with a couple other palettes, but I'm still like getting used to it. I'm going to start by priming with my e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer in Medium Sand, and I'm just going to put this all over my eyes as a base and blend that out. And if I look off to the side, it's because my mirror's right there. It's like a really big mirror I got for Christmas. Thank you, Mom and Dad. And yeah, so during the time I've been off, a lot's been going down. So recently, I had quit my job at Starbucks because it went from being like a really homey environment, which I really liked, to being very stressful. And I didn't know if it was just the workplace that I was in where it was just becoming too stressful for me, or if it was just me, because at the time I was also in school. So I decided to kind of take a little break and explore other work options. I was also volunteering at this really cool place called Biosport. Thank you, Alex, again for that opportunity. I was volunteering at the receptionist office area to kind of get like a receptionist feel on everything, but after a while I realized that wasn't for me. So I ended up going back to Starbucks and went to a different location. And before I continue, I'm using this cream shade in the corner just to set down the concealer, so that way there's no blotching or blotting anywhere. And this is just gonna go all over your eye. So I ended up going to this new location, and I actually really enjoy it there. It's a lot busier than my other store, but I really enjoy it. And I also got to meet some cool new friends. And of course, I still miss all my old friends at the other store too. I try and go and visit as often as I can. And if you guys are watching, hey, what's up, guys? But yeah, a lot's been going down. Even at home, it's been crazy at home, especially with COVID, staying in all the time. I love it, but sometimes, you need that break. So now going in with this shade in the top corner right here, it's like a really nice beige. I'm gonna put that in the crease of my eye. But another good thing about COVID that I didn't really notice until now when I'm talking to you guys is I've been going on and trying to do TikToks and Instagram stories a lot more. So I've been trying to be more involved with the camera, so I'm able to talk a little bit easier because I'm really shy. So doing that has really helped me kind of come out of my shell and learn different angles and lighting. Like you see, I have a different setup. I tried to do that to create a more comfortable environment that's not very distracting when I do my videos. So I'm learning. It's a learning process, but I've been having a lot more fun doing that, and I get to try more creative looks that I've never really done before, which is also really cool. So, and another really cool thing that I learned, and again, thank you COVID, was about the importance of a good skincare routine. Before, I never really thought about it because I never really had a big problem until recently when we had to start wearing masks all day long. Hate that still. But because I was wearing a mask all day long, and again, working in fast food, you're moving fast and you're sweating a lot. I know that's probably TMI, but you're sweating a lot, and I saw a lot of acne, especially in my chin area. And I never really had bad acne, so it was kind of a concern to me at that point. I'm also going in with the shade right here. Again, just below the shade that we just put, still in our crease. And so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna fix this. I'm gonna take it upon myself and fix this. And again, thank you to TikTok, I learned what a proper skincare routine is. So in the morning, I actually went on Amazon and got these 3 serums for my face. It's hyaluronic acid, the retinol serum, and a vitamin C serum. Again, none of this is sponsored, this is all on me. And they're all from a brand called the Tree of Life. So I put the vitamin C serum on in the morning and let that soak in, and I put my daily moisturizer on, the Aveeno one I just showed you. And I let that set in before I do my makeup, and this is a game changer, guys. My face looks refreshed and healthy all day. I mean, look at this. And I think also me switching to a morning shift instead of a night shift has really helped my sleep schedule, so the dark circles under my eyes that were there before are not nearly as bad, which thank you. So we gotta love that. And I use that stuff in the morning, and right before I go to bed at night I take a shower and I use my face wash, and after I get out of the shower, hyaluronic acid and the retinol serum. Now I've noticed that this makes my skin feel so soft, so smooth, amazing. Definitely 10 out of 10 recommend. It's amazing and I love it. And then after I put the serums on and let them soak in, I'll put on the Aveeno, the night mask, the 48-hour night mask. Oh, it's amazing. It makes my face so soft and hydrated, and it makes my skin look so healthy, and it's actually kept my skin very clear. So really, really good. Definitely recommend. Love that. I also forgot to mention, I also use the Rosewater Witch Hazel toner. I tried using other toners, but they were just too strong for my skin and would actually cause like my skin to feel like it's burning. But I found this one is actually very hydrating, and instead of a burning feeling, you get a really refreshed, almost like bubbly feeling. It's actually pretty funny. It tickles. So now I'm gonna go in with the shade over here, this really nice chocolate brown, and right in the outer corner. And again, just placing this right in the outer V area. Oh my gosh, this color is so beautiful. Juvia's Place, all of the palettes that I've used and the looks that I've done, which I think were like 3, but still amazing. 10 out of 10 recommend her brand. It's beautiful. Like, look at that. Look at the pigment. Like, I know it's kind of splotchy on camera, but I'm using a very light touch because it is so pigmented. Like, look at that. Oh, amazing. And I'm gonna do this and build it up to your desire on both sides, and then we're gonna cut the crease. Alright, and then after we have it built up to your desire, I'm now gonna go in and cut my crease. And if you know my trick, alright, well then you already know what's coming up. I'm gonna take the same camo concealer that I used to prime my eyelids, and I'm gonna put this on the back of my hand, just a little drop, like that. And then I'm gonna go in with this flat packing brush right here, like that. If it'll focus. And I'm gonna go ahead and cut my crease. Just do a regular cut crease to start, and then I'll show you a really cool trick that I saw. And while we're doing this, I was going to tell you, again, as I mentioned before, I was in school during when all this was going down, but I actually finished school in December, and I am now officially able to go and get my associate's degree. I'm super excited. Like, that is such a huge step for me, and I'm officially the first person in my family to get a degree, so I'm like super excited. So it's like, yes, I did it! I did it! So now what I plan on doing is I'm really gonna try and make it far in this makeup, because I really want to become a freelance makeup artist. Like, I really want to do weddings, I want to learn how to do different hairstyles. So now I'm currently looking into different cosmetology schools, and if you guys have any recommendations or like have already been through this process, I would really appreciate in the comments if you can let me know like how you did it, because whew, there is a lot of stuff. It's crazy. But that's what I'm currently working towards now, is saving up to go to cosmetology school and becoming a freelance makeup artist, and eventually I want to open up my own salon. So alright guys, so I decided to do this part off camera because I didn't know if it was gonna flop or if it was gonna look bad, but it actually turned out pretty good. So what I did was I took a very, very thin brush. These I got in a pack of just eyeliner brushes. They were specifically for details like this. And what I did was I extended the line up here and followed the crease all the way down and actually made it a wing. So I'm gonna go ahead and replicate it on this side and I'll be right back. Focus on is making sure that that line is really opaque. You want it clean, okay? So that's what we're gonna go for. It's very clean. And now that we have it all cleaned up, I'm now gonna go back and zhuzh everything up. I don't remember which YouTuber I watched who said that, but I remember them saying that and I could not stop smiling. So we're gonna zhuzh it up. So we're gonna go back in with this nice chocolatey brown right on the outer corner, and I'm gonna deepen that up really quick. Again, keeping it just below the line that we just made. So after we've made it really dark on the outside and nice and clean, I'm now going to go in with a fluffy brush. I'm going to go in with one that looks like this. And I'm going to go in with the same two colors that we used before, these two, and put it right inside my creases, inside the line of the crease. I finished this side and I really like how it turned out. So what I did was I took the NYX glitter glue, it looks like this, and what I did was with the really tiny one, because I got like a pack of 4 of these, again also on Amazon, and I put that just along the crease like we had done with the concealer, and I used the color, the shimmery color in this palette, and I went over it. That helped it like really stand out and stick. And this is a really pretty color. You could stop here if you wanted to. It's like a really nice shimmery gold silver color. It's really pretty, has a really nice shift. But after I did that, I went in with the glue one more time just on the outer portion of my wing, because when I look directly at you, you can see that the top part starts to fade, but the outer part you can still see. So I really wanted that to stand out. I ended up putting some nice glitter sparkle in there. I used these. Kind of hard to see, but I used the small ones on this side. It's really pretty, and that's how they turned out. And in this next clip, you'll see I used this really cool tool. This was actually a nail tool. This side is completely wax and it's eye safe, I checked. But it makes it really easy to pick up those little rhinestones and makes it really easy to place. I tried using tweezers to do this, but it's really difficult. So I got one of these and it's helped out a lot. So in the next clip, you'll see I placed like how I placed it just in the outer corner, and it makes a really pretty like bling moment. Very cool. And again, like I said, you can add that if you want to. I'm a little extra, so of course I did, but you can always stop on this side also. So I'm gonna finish up this eye and I'll be right back, and I'll probably put on mascara and then we'll start the base. And we are back. Hey guys, what's up? So I ended up putting on a little bit of mascara. I used the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise Mascara. You guys, this one's a game changer, let me tell you. I love this one. Just 2 coats and it literally looks like I'm wearing falsies. It's amazing. I love it. And right now I actually already did my primer. I used the e.l.f. Dewy Primer, the Jelly Pop one, and the e.l.f. 4 Putty Concealer. These are my go-to primers. They're amazing. I love these. And recently I've noticed my skin has changed. I have combo skin, and before it was really oily, but now my skin is like super dry, and I think that's just because of the winter months. It's really took its toll on my skin. So instead I'm going to be using the e.l.f. BB cream in a moment. First I'm going to go in with the e.l.f. Camo Concealer in medium beige. I like to put these underneath my eyes. I use a slightly darker color than my actual color because I noticed it helps get rid of the purple underneath my eyes. It cancels it out, which everybody loves that, so I'm gonna do that really quick. And like I said, recently I've been switching to a morning shift instead of a night shift. Before, I would get off of work at around between 9 o'clock and 11 o'clock, depending on whether I had clean play or not. And it took a really big toll on my sleeping schedule. I already had really bad insomnia, but getting off that late, I noticed I was constantly in work mode even when I was supposed to be asleep. So instead, I tried out the morning shift at my new place because I just wanted to try everything new. I just wanted to completely start over. So in doing that, it really helped my sleep schedule. I would be off at noon because I'd be waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning, which was, at first it was really insane. But now I'm kind of used to it. I'm off at 12. I have the rest of the day to do filming or whatever I need to do. And by the time it's bedtime, I'm exhausted, so I'm sleeping good, which is great. And as you can see, I balanced out the purple under my eyes, which is, again, amazing. So now I'm going to go in with the BB cream, the e.l.f. BB cream. This one is in the shade Nude. Love this stuff. And it also has sunscreen, so another amazing perk. And what I like to do is I like to put it on the back of my hand. The back of my hand is an amazing palette at this point. It's my go-to. I put some on the back of my hand, and then I'll put it all over my face and down my neck and really blend it in. Foundation blended all in, I'm now going to go in with the Wet n Wild contour stick. This is the one in Call Me Maple. I love these. At first I was very intimidated, and you'll see why in just a second, because they go on really dark. And at first when I put this on, I was like, oh my god, Caitlin, what did you just do? But when I go to blend it out, it is literally the easiest thing to blend out. I was shocked. I was like, oh my god, I found a gem. Like, really good. They're amazing. Definitely recommend. So, how was your guys' New Year's and Christmas? I felt like it was really weird. Oh, and ignore the crazy contour, I promise. I'll blend it all out. I feel like it's been really crazy because with COVID, everything has to be really small. And I have a pretty big family, so it was really weird. It was like mainly phone calls and stuff, but we got to do a little dinner with my grandparents and then a morning breakfast with my other grandparents here. So it was cool, but I don't know, it didn't feel the same. I definitely like the big gatherings because then I get to see all my cousins and everyone, you know. But leave in the comments how you thought your Christmas and your New Year's went. See what I mean? Like, oh, it's beautiful. I love it. And another really cool thing I saw on TikTok was there was a lady who did her contour. Instead of being so like sharp and low, she did it exactly like this and blended upwards, and it like lifted her face. Like, look at my cheekbone, my apple. It's so cute. I love it. It looks so pretty. So you just go ahead and blend this out. And instead of using a bunch of powders like I used to, I try and stick to only 2, maybe 3 at most. I used to use like 4 or 5. It was pretty bad. But it was the only thing that would regulate my oily skin. So instead I started using just one transparent one. It's pretty cool. So once we have everything blended out, I'm now going to go in with the Coty Airspun Translucent Powder. I recently just started using this powder and it actually works really good. I really like it. It's a loose powder though, so you gotta be careful or it's gonna go everywhere. It's gonna be crazy. So I'm gonna take a flat packer brush like this and pack it underneath my eyes to really set my under eyes. And then I'm gonna take a nice big fluffy brush like this and just do a light layer over my entire face. Just as everything so it won't move and transfer everywhere. I was about to put that on my forehead, oh my god. See, and look at how like flawless it looks. It's so pretty. And now that we're all set, I'm now gonna go into my blush. I actually don't go back over my contour unless I want like a really dark one or like a really bold look. But right now I'm just gonna do like a soft glam. So I'm gonna go in with the Quad palette. This is also from e.l.f. It's their blush palette. Super cute, love the colors. And I'm actually gonna mix these two. So, and I'm using quite a big fluffy brush because I don't want it super intense. I want it really blown out and soft. Ooh. She's pigmented, for sure. All the way up here because I make it, to me it looks really natural. See? So now I'm going gonna go in with the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Highlighter in the shade Golden Flower Crown. I love this one, it's so pretty. It gives a really nice, soft, realistic, natural, how many times can I describe natural? I don't know. Sheen to your face, and it's really pretty. Okay, we're looking good. So now I'm gonna finish up the eyes. Actually, what I'm gonna do is organize myself a little bit because I got a little messy. I'm gonna take the same shades, mainly these two and this one, but mainly these two, and blow out my under eye. It's gonna look really pretty. This part always gets me because I always make the funniest faces and my eyes are really sensitive, so they actually turn really red when I do this part because they want to water up. Yeah, water up. Something like that. Whatever it's called. I'm doing this part. It's a new year. It is now 2021. It's crazy. 2020 was definitely something, that's for sure. So I have high hopes that this year is going to be really good, or at least a comeback from last year. Last year was crazy. But do you guys have any New Year's resolutions that you're working on currently? I decided to make my New Year's resolution more about like self-care, self-health improvement, and things like that. Recently, I started working out with my family. As of the 1st, we started working out every day since, as a unit. And I really like that. It's really helped give me a drive to keep working out and keep up on my goals. Because I work all the time. If I'm not working at my actual job, I'm at home trying to look into my own career, look into my own business, filming. So sometimes I really get in my own head and they kind of help me keep my health in check and also give me, again, drive to continue working on myself also on a more positive level. Because sometimes I get down on myself. And that can get pretty troublesome sometimes, but I bounce out of it, so that's good. So with a slightly angled brush, I'm now going to go in with the dark brown and just put that to my lash line. Really close. You don't want it too far out because it can make you look tired if you do that. And just slowly blend. Again, do a little bit at a time. You don't want it too dark. You just want to smoke it out a little bit. Alright guys, and this is how the eyes turned out after replicating the top onto the bottom. I took that shimmery shade that we used in our crease and I put it on my inner corner, and again used the same browns to replicate the outside, that ombre effect. And then I went in with the shade called Kitten Heels on my lips, and I'll show you in just a second. It's a very bold red, I love it. But it's from the NYX Liquid Suede lipstick line, and guys, it's poppin', I love it. It's so cute. If you want to see more looks like this, please make sure to check out my Instagram and my TikTok. I would really appreciate it. Please make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for future videos. Thank you.